Welcome to another episode of Between the Worlds. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Daniel Pham, who is a permanent resident here in Canada. Daniel is currently working as a cafe manager, and throughout his journey, I'm sure he must have seen a lot of ups and downs here. Without any further ado, let's just begin with the conversation. First of all, welcome, Daniel. Thank you for taking out the time to be here. And we're so thrilled to know your journey, your story. Can we start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Daniel, can you share a bit about your background and your home country?
yes. I'm a Vietnamese and I'm from Vietnam. I came to Canada since 2016 and
Okay.
I've been living in Canada for 7 years.
Yes. Yeah. And what was your story? What was your decision behind coming here to Canada? Why did you migrate here?
Uh, for my immigration story, I always want to study abroad and experience different cultures. And after completing my university degree in Vietnam, I worked as an accountant for a year and however, I still want to study abroad, and initially I considered to study in UK for ACA certification, which is accounting certification. And after long discussion and consideration with my agency, I chose to study in Canada because of its immigration policy.
Okay, so you were confused between the UK and Canada,
Yes,
right? But after evaluation, you found the immigration policy of Canada to be a little more accommodating than the UK, right? Perfect.
yes.
And Daniel, how has your education and your professional background contributed to your life here as an immigrant? Do you feel it was help? Your educational background was helpful in any way here?
Yeah, it would definitely help. Like I think like with uh, foreign degree outside Canada, you can apply for a job in Canada. Like it's difficult, but it's still possible uh, uh because I don't have Canadian experience, so it would be hard for me to apply for a job. But it just take time. But my background still very helpful for employment here in Canada.
Okay. And Daniel, have you experienced any cultural differences here in Canada?
Uh, there are some difference, but it because people here their working style different from my country,
Mm.
but I still feel I can find myself very compatible with them, and there are some different, but it doesn't affect me that much. So I still yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it's been 7 years that you're here, and I hope you remember your time when you were applying here to Canada. Like, did you apply
Yes.
on your own, or did you take any agency's help or anyone, any consultant that you hired?
I didn't use any agency, and I applied for myself. It's just
Oh,
like I looking for some information from the
yeah,
agency, but I
yeah.
did all the process by myself.
Okay, and do you remember any thing specifically that you would like to advise people before they, start their immigration process to Canada? Any two, three things that they should keep in mind before applying here?
Uh, they have to check there's a they call it occupation list from the
Yeah,
government. So it's very important that the job you're doing in so and also your working experience,
yeah.
your education background. That's the most important thing contribute to the immigration process.
Okay. And do you remember how long did your overall immigration process take? Like till the time you started to apply, gathering all the documents to you actually coming here to Canada? How long was that process?
So from the time I submit my document to the time I got approved, it took me 8 months.
Oh, that's
And also, yeah, and another 2 months for to wait for my PR card, the physical
oh,
card. So total like almost a year for
yeah.
everybody, I think.
It's a very long time, and it's sometimes quite frustrating because you don't know what to do and you just have to wait. You just gotta keep patience, right? Yeah.
Yes, in
And
variety, it's usually it might take longer because
yeah.
I think like from the immigrant, they different people they will process with different time, but I think minimum would be 6 months, but some people would take longer, like a year. So it's very variable.
Okay. So, and Daniel, were there any challenges that you faced while this immigration process was going on? Anything that you remember?
The challenging would be actually my English skills. That because to apply PR, I need higher score at IELTS test. So I have to work a lot on that and to improve my score to apply for the PR.
And what has been the biggest challenge that you faced as an immigrant here? Anything? Your biggest challenge?
Begin challenge for immigrant. I wasn't sure. Probably just a little bit different working culture and because of
I think
language.
to begin with, staying away from family, I think for me, that would be the biggest challenge, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. For me, like honestly, I feel comfortable living far away from my family because I have like more time for myself, bro. So yeah, it wasn't my big challenge. Yeah.
And can you share a proud, a memorable moment that you have where you felt that, I'm proud of myself?
Like a proud moment of mine. Uh, I think this is the moment when I attend my graduation ceremony at my school. Yeah, it's very different. Like I already graduated from university, but here when I graduate from college, the ceremony very different, and I feel like really enjoy it and kind of proud of myself.
Perfect. And Daniel, how did this immigration journey change you as a person? Like, do you see any difference in you? Like back home, what were you like, and now because you're living here independently, you're doing work, you're doing everything on your own. Do you think that it has changed you as a person?
Yeah, it definitely changed me. Like before, I was very quiet, like I guess because I'm an introverted. So here I have to like um did everything by myself. Like uh, if mm, I don't know, like it made me like have to go outside my comfort zone. So uh, I feel myself change like for the better, I think.
Great, great, great. And I'm like after hearing your story, I think your journey has been like a roller coaster, like each twist and turn shaping the path that you have taken. Now looking back,
Yes.
Daniel, what advice would you give to someone who is about to start their journey to come to Canada? Your piece of advice to that person who's going to start the journey. What would you like to recommend?
My advice is information. Like information very important because you know the policy change every year.
Yeah.
So even they use the agency, they should do the research by themselves.
And
And
keep updated, like you should know
yes,
what is going on, what are the policy changes, the news, everything, right? So you should keep
yes,
yourself updated.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And Daniel, what are your hopes and aspirations for your future in this country? Where do you see yourself down the line?
Yeah, I expect like the immigration policy would be easier because now the CRS score for PR is very high now. So I expect they would take more immigrant into Canada and lower the score. Yeah.
Okay. Like, do you see yourself permanently like settling here or possibly returning to Vietnam? Is that an option?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like living here, so I think I just come back to Vietnam for visiting my parents,
Yeah.
and I still want to live in Canada in long term. I don't know what future I might change my mind, but tell me now, like in Canada is my home. Yeah.
Perfect, Daniel. All the best for your future here. And thank you for sharing your journey and your advices for people who are coming here. And I'm sure all of us are going to learn a lot from the journey that you've shared with us. So thank you so much for taking out the time to be here with us today. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.